Hello there. You're tuning into the Gamers Two Cents podcast. We're not gaming pros, we're just gamer pros, giving you your weekly gaming news. I'm ComradeBeard here with my two co-hosts, SOB 101 and Halfbakedvillain. Sub, why don't you start us off on our first topic of the day?
More like sleepy big villain.
Sub, why don't you start us off on our first topic of the day?
What?
It's the-
Anyways, um, so shit. So they announced the person who is going to play Lara Croft in Tomb Raider. Sophia Turner is Lara Croft, and they showed a shot of her in the getup. I'm okay with it. I don't know where she's from. Um, you guys got any comments on this?
I mean, I think she looks like really good.
She doesn't
And
have tits.
it's yeah, Saab hates her because she doesn't have the classic, triangle, giant, massive triangles in front of her. He just has way too many polygons on her. But no, I mean, I think she's a very good actress. She was in a lot of movies. She was
Oh
in,
my god, she was Jean Grey in the X-Men Apocalypse movie, and that
yeah,
movie was
and
horrible.
Dark Phoenix.
Oh
So
my
like she's a good. I mean, yes, the movie didn't do her justice, but her acting skills are good. She's, I think she's gonna do good. Like I said, I mean, she's no Angelina Jolie, but she'll do good. You got any opinions, thoughts on it, Half? I
Nah, I
like
don't
her
know
get up
any.
definitely a lot more though. But go ahead, Half. Sorry, I cut you off as
Nah,
soon
you're
as I
good.
told you to play. I told you
asshole.
go ahead, Half, and then I decided to start talking.
Yeah, I don't know anything. I don't really know actors and actresses like that. Does she look like a Tomb Raider? Yes, that's all I got. It looks pretty good. That's all I could say.
Yeah, yeah. She's got
Next topic.
yeah, yeah.
All
Judy,
right,
shut
next
up.
topic is they announced the God of War. Kratos is going to be Ryan Hurst. I only know him from Sons of Anarchy. I think it's a good choice. And Comrade said
uh,
that Christopher Judge, he found fake news that said he didn't approve, and it turned out to be false. And Comrade, I don't know where you get your shit, but yeah. What do you
uh,
guys think?
Ryan Hurst is also the one who voiced Thor in the video game
Oh, yes. My bad.
Ragnarok. You didn't mention that, but yes, Ryan
Alley-oop.
Hurst voiced Thor in the video game Valhalla, and like you said, he's from a lot of TV series. He's in Sons of Anarchy. He's also in a couple other. He's in Walking Dead as well. Some people might know him from that. Um, I don't really know too many of the other movies that he's in, but once again, he's a good actor. He's got the build. He plays the part. He's got the voice for it. Yes, Saab's gonna fucking say that he absolutely hates it because it's always been played by it should have been played by Christopher Judge because
No, I
Christopher
said
Judge.
a black. He's scared to say it. I said it should have been a black man because Comrade has this thing. He wants to stick to historical, but Kratos kills almost every fucking folklore thing. He's not even in. It's like fuck that shit. Throw it out the window. It's always been played by two black actors. Continue the thing, but I'm not mad at it. Actually, like yeah, why not? Let's see.
I don't know jack shit about Ryan Hurst. He just looks like a good fit just based off this picture, I guess. That's all I got.
He looks the part. Plus, Christopher Judge, he can't be in another movie. Man is like what 62 years
He already
old
said it.
right now.
Yes, he already said it that his body ain't gonna. It's not gonna.
Yeah,
It's not
yeah.
gonna do it.
Plus he can't do it because he is too busy. He has to do another Stargate movie.
The fuck you
That's
talking
wishful
about?
thinking.
Um,
Christopher Judge is
yeah, I
Christopher
know he was
Judge.
in
He's
Stargate, the
Stargate.
show or whatever the hell
Yeah,
it is.
that's wishful thinking. That's never gonna happen. But but besides the point, yeah, I honestly think like Christopher Judge. he's a like I'd go for it, but he wouldn't be able to do it. Man is going up in age. Voice acting he can probably handle, but actual full on movie that's gonna be a lot harder for him now. Like they had to stop. I don't know if you knew this, but they had to stop part of the God of War, like for voice acting for a period of time because Christopher Judge had several surgeries he had to do. So uh, an actual physical labor intensive thing like a movie, I don't know if he's going to be able to handle that nowadays.
All right, and
But
who's
back
Sif?
to you.
And they got Sif by Teresa Palmer. As I was
Yes.
discussing this with Comrade, I know they're gonna mess it up. They're gonna try to put more heavy emphasis on. They're gonna insert more of her in the scenes. She wasn't that heavy of an emphasis in the God of War game. The daughter was with
You
Thor.
forgot to say who Sif is. Sif is
Oh, my bad. Go ahead,
the
continue.
wife of Thor in the games and in Greek in Norse mythology. She's Thor's wife. In the games, yeah, she was literally she had like a few scenes where she like mentored her daughter or tried to break up fights between Thor and Kratos and Thor and Odin. But really, she was like a minor side character.
Which we all know, when it comes to casuals, they need the wife to be there. So she's gonna take up more scenes. I already see it, and it's gonna ruin this shit. Because it's like
What
I said, spoilers. The daughter's more.
that's the dog.
It's a bigger. She's a bigger part than the wife.
Yes,
That's
I
what I'm
think
more
yeah.
interested in.
If they're doing following the game's uh game story, or if they're doing like a continuation of the game, it really depends on how they're playing this movie. If they're doing like a what happens after the games thing, I
The
can see
show.
the wife. Sorry, yes, the show. If the show is going to be like a what happens after the game, I could see the wife Sif taking a more larger role as like a mentor to the daughter, because like I said, Thor is gone, right? I believe Thor passed.
I'm not saying spoilers.
Hey, the game is old as fuck. People should play it.
No spoilers.
You're the god of war. You kill gods. That's what you do. People should know that gods are gonna die. Come on. But still, yes. So Sif probably will take more of a mentoring role for the daughter. Uh, so I see that being a potentially good plot line. But yes, I am. It's Amazon Studios. I'm not super confident in their ability to not absolutely fuck it up. I don't know if you have an opinion on this half. If you think that Amazon is going to succeed, or what this casting is. Did you play the God of War games? I don't remember.
I played God of War 1 and 2.
He's a casual.
He played the good
Um,
ones. Yeah.
like I said, I don't really know anything about Ryan Hurst. I guess
What
outside
about
of the information that was shared. But like I said, just based off of this, it looks like a good fit. So I'll keep my hopes positive for
high?
this. Yeah,
Keep the hopes
high hopes.
high and see what happens. See what other characters they decide to release, if they decide to release any others, which I'm sure they will.
Yes.
Back to you, Sub.
All right, so on the funny side of gaming, Metacritic's top three as of was January 12th was Expedition 33 was number one. Number two is Cory in the House for Nintendo DS, and number three was Metal Gear Solid 3 Snake Eater. There's this running joke or running consistent funny thing in the game community where Cory the users is trying to make Cory in the House the best rated game on Metacritic by user score. And GameStop took its tries to do what is it called, comrade? Social media post, which is quite funny. They have a Cory in the House poster with the game and candles, and I think there was more, and it's hilarious. It's hilarious. I think it's hilarious. And right now, so far, what is it, comrade? Damn it.
So far,
Oh, let's see.
as of right now, by Metacritic, Corey House
is.
is not doing very good with
No,
its
it's number 6. What the hell? That's still
yeah,
good.
it's down. It's doing real poor. It's going back down. Uh, although the Metacritic website, I don't know how this thing operates. Every time I refresh, everything changes. I don't know if it's like actually live,
I think it's
changes
live.
on it, or if it's the website is just really jacked up. I have no idea. But
But yeah,
uh,
Corey in the House just stays up there thanks to the users. What do you think of this funny thing, comrade?
I mean, I watched the show. I never played the game, so I have no idea of anything about the game.
It's terrible,
But
terrible, terrible. From
I'll
what it
take your
seems.
word for it. But I do enjoy the fact that that GameStop has a little shrine dedicated to Corey the House. I think that's kind of funny. Um, yeah, no, this is a little funny little gag. I like it. It's entertaining. What do you think, Half? Are you interested in playing Corey in the House DS?
Not one bit.
Damn.
I think this is like an ongoing, like an ongoing meme. I forgot how this started, but this meme started like early 2000s, I think, early mid 2000s, something like that. Yeah, and I don't know. I guess it's still going now for some reason. But yeah, I never played Cory in the House. Never watched the show.
What? You never watched the show? I thought it was funny.
No, I just never
It was
watched
like in the
it.
White House, right, comrade? Because Corey in the House. Yeah.
Because he's Corey and he's in the house.
No, I
Yes,
thought.
so
Yeah,
that's kind of the
I
whole
think it was a
point.
good show. I think it was a funny show.
But yeah, nah, yeah, this is funny though. This is funny.
Like
Got anything else you want to say, Saab?
Nope, just Corey in the House. Move on. Next. So Rockstar grants terminally Jesus ill fan early GTA 6 access. Somebody named Anthony Armstrong shared on their LinkedIn that his family member battling cancer near the Rockstar's Ontario studio might not see GTA 6 2026 launch. He politely asked for a playtest under NDA and soon updated that they received great news after speaking with the company. While unconfirmed officially, reports suggest Take-Two CEO reached out, echoing Rockstar's 2018 gesture for another dying fan ahead of Red Dead Redemption 2. Oh yeah, I remember that. Fans responded with praise and lighthearted salutes. So what do you think of that?
yeah, I mean, it's not like I said. I mean, Red Dead 2 was also not the first time that Rockstar did something like this. They've always sort of done have been able to do stuff like this for a lot of their games. Rockstar is just genuinely, like I said, it's not the first or second. Like this says it's only they've only done twice. It's not. That's not true. They've done it multiple occasions. Other than this, Rockstar is usually quite generous in these sorts of things. Uh, it's just putting more attention onto it. It's like they just do it because they kind of like their fans. They don't do it for the attention sort of thing. But yeah, I mean, I'm happy that they did it. And the first person to ever play GTA 6, so they're never going to be able to write a review because they're under NDA. I want to know how the game is.
There are gonna be a lot of
GTA.
jealous people, a lot of
Yeah,
jealous people of this cancer patient.
yeah.
Oh, they're gonna be so jealous. They want cancer.
Yeah, they might start getting some fake letters. They're so jealous.
Honestly, from what I know about Twitter, I wouldn't be surprised about the degenerates on Twitter and X.
They'll probably try to
I would
find
not
some
be
radiation
surprised.
area and roll around it.
Mm.
Go ahead, Sub. Back to you.
All right, moving on. Um, Next is Meta Studios closing several studios. It was reported by the New York Times that Meta's cutting around 10% of its employees in its Reality Labs division. And Reality Labs is home to the Oculus Studios. They have first party studios there. So this what is it called? Armature. I don't know how to say. Sanzaru and Twisted Pixels were closed. Notable games on Twisted Pixels, their most well known recently was the Marvel's Deadpool VR. That just came out. Kind of crazy. Senzaru, they did a bunch of ports, but their best games, it seems on the list, was the Asgard's Wrath series for the VR. And
That's the one that shipped with literally every single copy of Meta.
but still, like even if they didn't get it, the reviews that people bought it had high reviews. So it was literally one of their best. And how do you say it? Armature. They did a lot of ports as well. And their best from on this list for me that I've played was Batman Arkham Origins Blackgate. And the recent for VR is Resident Evil 4. I actually bought that. I played it. It's actually quite fun. Um, but yeah, this is big time. Oh, also one of their other studios called Camouflage was reported closed, but actually they did not close, but they were gutted basically. They recently made the Batman Arkham Shadow, which is one of the best Batman Arkham games since the Arkham Knight. And they also made Iron Man VR, but it wasn't like as lauded as or as praised as Batman Arkham Shadow. So yeah. So for what it's it seems like Facebook or Meta, however the fuck their name is getting ready. They're taking a lot of money from their games or whatever division they have there, and it's gonna focus on like the VR glass. You know how Ray-Ban has the Facebook the Meta implementation on those sunglasses. So they're gonna do that type of stuff. They're focusing more on that stuff and AI, of course. So yeah, I think this is bad for VR personally because VR doesn't have a lot of. Um, it's never gonna catch. I don't think it's ever gonna catch on mainstream. But in order to reinforce it, you need a company like I told Carmen to really put money into it. And I think Facebook or Meta, Jesus, was the one. They were really the tip of the spear for VR recently, and it seemed like a personal project to Zuckerberg and whomever else. And you need those type of people to change or increase the view on something, especially VR. So this is a not a good look because that almost seems like VR is not. It just weakens the VR. Um, but yeah, comrade.
Yeah, I think like I said, we talked about this a little bit, you and I, and also like what we discuss is, you said, and I kind of agree. VR is always, like I said, never been a huge uh, uh, profit for a lot of these companies. Like, yeah, they're games and they're hits, like the Batman, like Asgard. There's a bunch of good games on VR, and a lot of people do develop for it, but it's a lot not a profitable market. And I think that's kind of what this is going with. A lot of probably Facebook, Mark Zuckerberg has done it a long time for a passion project sort of thing, like you were saying. But it seems like it's the profit is sort of starting to catch up to them, and probably a lot of shareholders and a lot of people that have their hands in Facebook are starting to say, hey, Meta has got to shift away from virtual reality and more into that augmented reality space, because the augmented reality space is doing a lot better profitability wise than the virtual reality space. Mainly because, like you said, the augmented reality headsets and glasses and everything, they all have those AI things in it. And AI, like, is, as much as I hate it, as much as I hate to say it, like, it's coming a lot more now, and that augmented reality is going to be utilizing a lot of AI stuff. Uh, and I think a lot more people, at least big game companies that have a lot of money invested in virtual reality and augmented reality, are going to be shifting a lot away from virtual reality and gaming more into augmented reality and AI assistive sort of processes and possibly augmented reality games. But like I said, I think this is indicative of that kind of shift. But yeah, this has been a long time coming. I feel like the trend has always been there. And it's just all sort of coming out all at once that it's actually been happening for a while behind the scenes, sort of thing. I don't know if you have anything to add, Half, if you played virtual reality, or are you sad to see virtual reality on the downshift?
I played it a little bit, and then not really that much. I've seen a couple cool VR games, but
Like
nothing that made me want to buy
what's not like
the
what's an
helmet.
awesome VR game that you played?
Um, there was one that Saab showed me. It was a railroad game, and it was like a horror game, and you're on a cart, and you have to shoot like killer clowns. Like you're at this haunted carnival or something like that. And then there was another
Awesome.
one where you're like in space, and I think you have to collect rings or something, and you're going really fast in like a car or something like that. And then at the end there's like a some parasitic boss or something. But
Mm.
yeah, I mean, I don't know. I'm not too upset about it. Hoping we get to the point where we are like hack infection where you get like some virtual reality fully logged in games in the future, maybe like a decade from now or whatever. But
Yeah,
yeah, other than that, nah, I don't really care too much about it. No, to
I,
answer the question.
I think
Unless
the
he's
my
a
favorite
gooner.
my,
He's a gooner.
so I think my favorite VR game is still Super Hot.
What's
Honestly,
that?
Super Hot. That's
Oh,
the
it's
one
called Super.
where Super Hot. That's the one where like the enemies don't move. None of the bullets, none of the enemies move unless you move, and you're trying to like dodge bullets and uh, survive everything. That's still one of my favorite ones. That came out early in the virtual reality space, but it's I think that's still one of my favorites.
That sounds cool. I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah. But yeah,
Mm.
back to you, Sub.
Oh, nobody's gonna ask me what the best VR game I was playing, huh? I see how it
That's
is.
why I said back to you. That's why I said back to you. Tell me something.
Go
I
ahead,
know
Saab.
what my favorite. It is called Astrobot Rescue Mission.
Of course, Saab would be fucking singing the praises of Astrobot again.
It's
Oh yeah,
good, man. I'm
yeah.
serious. Like, it
Mhm.
is one of the best VR games you ever play. Like, you really
Uh-huh.
think? Oh, it's fucking awesome. Leave me the fuck alone. Moving on. Uh, so next we're talking about what the fuck is it? Reported by VGC, the Division 3 lead has left uh, Ubisoft to join Battlefield Studios. Um, as reported by VGC, like I said, he was the lead for Division series and Star Wars Outlaw. And I'm gonna assume, well, he's big. It's instrumental. He's big on that. You know why? Because, like I said, Division 3 was reported to be coming out. It's a popular, believe it or not, it's actually pretty popular. What is it, Comrade? Like an MMORPG or some type of stuff?
It's like
I
a
forget. It's
combination
like
of several
shooter.
things. I'd say probably a. It's definitely a shooter, obviously. So it's obviously a shooter, but it's a multiple things here. Hold on, you got
Yes.
to give me some time. I gotta pour my tea. Hold on.
Anyways,
Yep.
so yeah, Division's popular, so they're making a Division 3, and yeah, that's kind of big because he's been there from the start, and to lose somebody who was instrumental on leading the team, it's not, it's not, it may not do well Division 3 or may lose some focus, I also feel like this guy Julian Girardi he's gonna be the one that I think they're gonna announce he's gonna be leading the studios because of Vincent Pella passing away. Because right now Battlefield 6 like has no plans. Doesn't seem they have any vision for the future, which makes sense because the leader is the one who sets the future plans, you know? And they have nothing. The only thing we know of is that recent, oh yeah, we'll use AI for cosmetics, pretty much. And we don't have any announcements for any maps or anything. So yeah, I don't think that's my assumption that he's gonna be the lead, and I don't know if he's gonna do a good job because he doesn't have. This guy does. There's no beating around the bush. This guy, from what I've seen, he doesn't have the credentials like Vincent Pella, so he might get bullied around by the big boys at EA compared to Vincent Pella, who has had a track record that they'll give him more leeway, you know. But Battlefield 6 needs a lead, and I think this is good. You guys got any comments or no comments for this one?
Well, I mean,
No comments personally.
All right.
well, I mean, I was to say, regardless of who takes the role, whether it was Julian Gerheide or anyone else, they've got fucking big ass shoes to fill. So they're gonna get bullied around by everybody for a while. So, that's the big thing. Is like they got big shoes to fill. So
I wouldn't want to be in his position. Actually, I would,
yeah,
person, but that's.
I
But
mean,
yeah,
yeah, I would, but also at the same time, he it's not a great position to be in. From like the outside, from like I said, the amount of responsibility and expectation being put on him right now. So yeah, it's just a wait and see how he acts, if what he decides to do with
if
all
he
the
becomes a lead,
series, and
if he becomes a
yeah,
lead,
if he becomes the lead. It doesn't matter who becomes the lead. It's just they're just gonna be literally the entire internet is gonna just be putting everything, that all their hopes and dreams, on this one person. So it's like I said, it's gonna be a massive weight onto them, regardless.
Yes, sir. All right, moving on. Sony. So reports showing that Sony wiped 1,000 games, over 1,000 games in their PlayStation Store. It was reported by Eurogamer that there is. So the PlayStation Store has a slop problem, and a lot of people have been calling it out because you can't find games. You can just find a lot of slop games, you know. Um, and one of these companies called, how the fuck do you say? Thigh Games, THI Games. They had the fourth highest ranked. They were the fourth highest ranked developer in the PlayStation Store in terms of quantity. So they had over 1,000 games, and they were all just slop after slop after slop. Like, you know how you go on the phones and you get like those games that have it's automatic jumping and shit, or you press a button, it's easy jumping. It's basically like that. A lot of those games also, the trophy hunting community, you know, those people who are obsessed with trophies, they usually buy those games to earn those platinums or however trophies, how many trophies they get in those games. So to them, they'll just grab that. But to us, it's like when you're searching for a good game and then you get recommended all this slop and you have to sift through it before you get to the actual games. It's a good thing. I think this is good. I don't know what made Sony finally do this because there's still more slop. Um, but yeah, I crazy. Oh yeah, also whoever earns the trophies from those games, even if they're removed, they still keep the trophies. So yeah, and they can still download it actually. So even if they're wiped from the store, it'll still be in their library. They could re-download as many times as they like. What do you guys think?
So like you said, I mean, I think this is a good move by Sony. Like I said, they didn't, like you said, they didn't remove it from the store. Basically, they just delisted them. So it's still technically there. Like you said, it's in people's libraries. They can download it, play it as much as they want still. But yeah, basically, like what these are is, and I think the article mentions it, is they're like the shovelware. That's what it's called. It's basically just like, you didn't really mention it, but yeah, they're slop games. They're like those low quality, mass produced games um, that they've been around since like the 90s, basically. Like as long as games have been around, there has been some type of shovelware games where they just mass produce low quality garbage games for like trophy hunters, or just to try to exploit uh, a bunch of like gaming trends that basically just focus quantity over quality. And I mean, it nowadays, like I said, it's more of a lot of like the AI games, like the AI slop games, where people just use the least amount of effort possible to create just a trendy game that someone plays real fast, gets a bunch of achievements, and never plays again. And I mean, it's good that Sony is cracking down on it, so that more people that actually put effort into their games and are actually, like, need highlighting aren't going to get overshadowed by this just shovelware garbage. And I think that's a good thing. Like I said, I don't know what prompted Sony to just do 1,000 games from this
Do their
all
damn
of a sudden.
job.
Yeah, I mean, good. Like, I want that, and like I said, I hope that they do more. Like, I hope that they start doing more of them, get more of them off, because, like I said, I want actually good games to actually developers who actually put in effort into the games to start shining instead of getting overshadowed. I don't know if you got anything on this half.
Nope. I didn't know shit about shovelware until I read this article. Um, Sony wiping out games that people don't really care about. That sounds like a good thing. Um, I know Saab's happy about that because he's always saying how there's
That's
too many
because yo
video.
ass plays slop.
What is this? And the article that Saab shows the wonderful jumping taco turbo.
Right, like
That's the
I don't
kind
know
of
what like what the
is that
fuck
the
is
kind
that?
of games that you play, half the jumping taco? Is that what you're into right now?
Yeah, he's like, yeah, Steam has all those games. That means they're the best. They have so much games.
Sure have some good independent games.
Like that cookie clicker. Yeah, that's a good game.
So, no, I'm not into that. But yeah, I'm for this. Sounds like good news overall, without saying too much.
Hell yeah!
Anything, anything you want to say, Saab?
Back to
No,
you, Saab.
fuck you. Actually, yeah, that was it. Anyways, next topic is so there was this Reddit user. I don't know how to say his name. D underscore Ty Marandi. And this has been going on for a bit. According to the investigation, it says owning more DLCs equals more FPS because we all know how rough Monster Hunter is.
In
Wilds.
Monster Hunter Wilds, only in Monster Hunter Wilds.
Anyways, due to aggressive check that the game does see what DLC you own. Says it is not intentional by Capcom, but this consistent check causes performance dips. The user created a mod which tricks the game into thinking you own all DLC and noticed immediate improvements. They sent all the information to Capcom, and says this user has already helped Capcom to solve a performance issue in Dragon's Dogma 2. So, down the line, Digital Foundry caught this, or I'm pretty sure their community has sent it to them. And Richard Ledbetter, he's the founder of Digital Foundry, did a whole he did his test on his PC, two PCs, and in the end, there was a mod called Less DLC Checks mod, and what it was doing is it was checking hundreds of times when you're in the hub if you have the DLC. Um, why? I guess they say it's a bug overall. I that's what they say, and Digital Foundry usually is well respected. I will listen to them, but at the same time, Me personally, Capcom has done some shady shit in the past. I don't know if you remember this half, but like Street Fighter on PS3 360 days is one example. Pretty sure they have more. On the disc, you got everything, the DLC characters. So if you pay $10, you're just paying for a $10 key that was already on the disc, per example of a future character that was released that's on the disc. So they've I'm pretty sure they have had more because I'm trying to recall in my head and my brain is telling me, but that is one big one because the fighting game community did not like that, but they kept doing it anyways for more games, so it didn't stop them. So I don't think this is a bug. I think this is still their shady shit that it seems like a bug, because why would you have something check if you own the DLC and it gets better? Like that makes no sense. But yeah, this is one of the more scandals that started this year because people are running quickly saying, "Oh well, this is they're doing this," but they're doing this because they're doing this on purpose, right? People assume that quickly, but I'm more of like I remember things they did this in the past and they did some shady shit, and I'm more of a yeah, I see your track record. I believe this is more of the bullshit you're pulling, but Digital Foundry speaks it, and I'm just saying this might be a bug. I guess. What do you guys think?
I mean, in this regards, I like I said, I know that yes, they've done some shady shit in the past with some of these, but in this case, I like I said, it's only happening in the hub. So I would play devil's advocate here and say that it is. I mean, DLC checks are entirely like a real thing. Like if it's only in a hub, the hub is where you access obviously all the story missions and things like that. So honestly, they need to do a DLC check to see if you're able to go to the NPC that starts the mission for the DLC. So I'll play devil's advocate and say that this might be a bug, that the fact that it's supposed to only do DLC check once when you enter the hub, but for some reason it keeps checking, and that would be a huge performance loss, and that's what Digital Foundry proved. If when that bug is going on, it is a pretty significant performance loss on most CPUs. But with the mod, like you said, you just download the mod, and then the DLC checks go away, and the performance is regained. So yeah, I play devil's advocate and say that this is in fact a bug because, like I said, you need to do DLC checks in hub locations for exactly that, to see if you have the DLC, if you're able to actually access the content that you paid for or not. So I think that's fine. I don't know if you have any insight on that half because, like I said, you're a big Street Fighter fan, so you actually might have some experience with Konami and their shadiness a little bit more. So I don't know if you
Konami,
believe it.
Capcom, you fool.
Sorry, Capcom. Sorry, Capcom. My bad. I'm sorry.
I don't have much to say on this. I don't really think it's a super huge deal that the game was doing DLC checks. I don't really think there's any malice behind it. I just think there was a genuine fuck up as far as programming the game. I do think it's cool that this random user found a mod to help improve the game performance and to optimize it. I think Capcom should probably talk to him if they're still struggling to optimize their game. But no, that's pretty interesting. Interesting article overall. That's all I have to say about that.
Did you know about like what Saab was saying about the Street Fighter characters and things like that? I
Yeah,
didn't know
but
that actually.
I don't know. To me personally, it was never a big deal. Um, I don't know. People felt like they were like lied to or something just because they put the data for the characters on the disc, and in order to unlock it, you'd have to pay for the DLC, and it's just like you know um I don't know, that it wasn't a big deal to me, but some people kind of felt some type of way about it for some reason. To be honest, I forgot why people were complaining about it.
Because if
I
you
just
pay
saw
$60 for a whole disc and you're paying extra to unlock what's already you bought the disc, that's the whole point of the damn disc.
so we're going back to the very earlier times of when the gamers were bitching about the fact that they didn't get all the characters on their fighting game when you first bought it.
Because it's on the
That was
disc, and you have to buy a key to unlock it on the disc when you already have it on the disc.
people were like, oh my god, I have to pay for these characters instead of just unlocking the characters like how it was when I was a kid. And yeah, I don't know. To me, it was like I get why they're upset, but at the same time, it really wasn't a big deal for me per se. But yeah, that's all I have to say on this topic.
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, devil's advocate, that they just genuinely made a fuck up.
Well, it
But
sounds like to me.
yeah, however, apparently, you know, but then again, like I said, Capcom does have a history of doing some weird shit with their games. So we'll see how this plays out.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, sir.
Saab, back to you.
Back to me. I was gonna say we should look at notable game releases in January, but it doesn't seem like there's a lot, to be honest. High Guard, that was one. It's coming out January 26th. As everybody says, they've been mad quiet, but I think it's because they're working on it. There was a report that Jeff Keighley is the one who put that game on the stage. They didn't pay for that spot, by the way. So Keighley liked the game and he put it on the as the end. But from what I heard, from what it seems, reading that Keighley sometimes does do that, where he gives people discounts, or if he likes the game, he's played it, he'll do it for free instead of charging. You know how, what was it, 500,000 or 400 like thousand, some shit like that. But other than that, yeah, there's nothing really much here. Conrad, what'd you hear about High Guard? Let's talk about that one real quick.
Well, Concord too, obviously.
I hate that word.
In case anyone's not aware, Concord was the wonderful game by PlayStation that was released for a whole week before it was completely abandoned and taken off all shelves because it was absolutely terrible.
No,
And
it was
nobody in the entire gaming industry except for Saab enjoyed playing it.
It's not that. It's that people use this term called Concord release, and it shouldn't be called Concord release. That makes no sense. It's just another failed live server. That's it. And people use this word as a verb or whatever adjective, whatever the fuck you want to call it. It's a terrible word to use.
Because Concord was the most recent example of exactly what you said, like a bad release, like a poorly designed game that was just not fun to play. And High Guard literally looks like it's exactly the same art style, exactly the same play style, exactly the same game loop as Concord. So that everyone is honestly naturally going to compare it to Concord because it looks exactly the same.
It's a bad term. It's a bad way to describe something. But anyways, yeah.
I mean, the next game that's gonna come out that's exactly like Concord and High Guard, they're gonna say, "Oh, this is High Guard 2," because that's the most. Guess High Guard is gonna be the most recent one. Like Concord is just the most recent one in a series of a long history of games that have not been great. But yes, I don't think High Guard's gonna do it, and Jeff Keighley kind of shot it in the foot by putting it at the end of where the most anticipated slot normally goes. He did really honestly shoot it in the foot.
Man, that shit came out in 2024. There's been plenty of live service games that failed. It's only because it's PlayStation attached to it. It has more eyes on it.
Saab has this believes that Sony is holier than any other game company and that it can do no wrong. But no, that's not the only reason. The reason why it was just a genuinely not a very fun game, Concord.
And you wouldn't have known if it wasn't PlayStation attached to it. I'm pretty sure there's hundreds of
I
live
wouldn't have
service games.
I wouldn't have known if Saab didn't love PlayStation so much that he forced me to go into the beta and play it with them.
What was that game that was on Xbox that was trash with the cards? You use the cards, and it was like
I
a
don't know.
Counter
Saab
Strike.
hates Xbox, and he didn't make me play it, so I didn't play it.
That's not Xbox, fool. That's a Chinese. I forgot which Chinese video game developer made that.
You said it was on Xbox.
No,
So
no,
I
it
didn't
was
play
during the Xbox Direct. Some Direct. Anyways, moving on. Game impressions. Comrade, you start. I'll start. I played Guardians of the Galaxy. I'm still on that. Still hella entertaining. Gameplay mad repetitive. Okay, that's the weakest part. But man, it doesn't. It's not bad. The gameplay. It's just there. But man, that the whole what's it called? The old conversations between the teams. The story is very fun. All the worlds look different. It's just an entertaining, fun time, and that's why I keep going. It's just a fun time. I think personally, this may be maybe the second best Marvel video game because I have to think back on 2D era Marvel games, and I would have to come back to this. But right now, I think it's behind the Spider-Man series, which is number one. But yeah, that's my so far. Comrade.
Yeah, like I said, I think I talked about it last time that I was starting Mafia, Old Country, and now I'm playing it. Obviously, I haven't played it in a little bit, but I like how it plays. Like I said, it plays more like kind of like you were saying, Guardians of the Galaxy. It plays more like a movie with a little bit of gameplay in it. And like I said, the gameplay is good. The shooting is pretty good. It's good quality. It's a fun game, like I said, but it plays more like you're watching a movie play out, and sometimes in between you have to drive around and shoot some things. Story at least does. There's other little challenges that I was encountering, like little like horse races in between. A couple of times I had to do some horse racing and a couple of races in a car, which I'm terrible at driving cars. I crashed into every single wall. It was awful. But like I said, it's a fun game, and like I said, I think it's very. I think you were telling me, Sob, it's very short. The main story. So I think I only have a few more. I think I only have like an hour or two left on it, and it should be all set and done.
Yes,
That's
sir.
really all I got for updates. Half.
I've been playing Ember Knights, which is like this co-op game. Go through different stages, get power-ups, different weapons and stuff. Cool little game. And then I've been playing a game called Hunt the Night, which is like a combination of Super Nintendo Zelda style games mixed with Devil May Cry and Dark Souls. You get a gun, you get a
It's an
sword, you
indie
get a...
horror.
Huh?
It's an indie horror.
Yeah, sure.
I see it right
Uh,
now. It's
yeah.
pixelated.
Yeah, indie horror game. I think that game is really freaking cool. If you're somebody who likes a fan of the old school Zelda games for Super Nintendo or Game Boy Color, Ocarina of Time, Ocarina of Origins, you will probably like that game. And it's challenging. I died quite a few times in that blasted game.
Yeah,
But
but you
yeah, that game.
suck.
So, but yeah, that game's fun. So I've been enjoying that. So, any fans of like 16-bit, I think that's a 16-bit game, you would probably enjoy that. I would definitely try it out. Very good game. That's all
What's
I
the
have
other
to
game?
say.
No, what was the other game you're talking about?
Ember Knights,
Yeah, what was that?
4-player co-op game. You go through different stages, get little power-ups. You keep going until you die. When you die, you take the currency that you got during the runs to make permanent upgrades to your character. So that's the gameplay loop. Gameplay is really fun because of how snappy it is. Very responsive, reactive controls, very fast. I bought it for $5. I ended up finding out that 3 of my other Steam friends play it, so we're gonna get together and play it soon.
Oh, stream it.
Um, maybe. Um, so yeah, that
There's
was
no
the other
maybe.
game.
That is the only option. Stream it.
Right, stream it, and then I'm going through Dragon's Dogma. Um, Going a little bit slow because I'm trying to unlock everything I can the first time around because people warned me that there's a lot of missables in the game, so I've been having to take my time and do very specific things, which has been interesting to say the least. But the game is still very fun, very fun. Been enjoying that too, and yeah, that's all I got.
Yeah,
Okay.
Dragon's Dogma is a good game. I understand that. I played that a long time ago. The game,
Hmm.
but I played Dragon's Dogma a long time ago. It feels like forever ago that game came out, but it still holds up
Yeah,
quite
the
well.
game is came out 2013, so I'm playing a decade old game at this point, which is kind of crazy to say, but
Yeah, it holds up once you get used to like how like the controls and everything like that. It's still quality still holds up there pretty well.
definitely does. Definitely. I never felt like Whiplash or like felt like it was too outdated. The gameplay is smooth and everything, and then it opens up a lot more as you keep playing too. You get some really cool shit in that game. So yeah. You want to wrap this up, Saab?
Not yet. Comrade,
Rob,
talk
back
about
to you.
Mako, predecessor.
Oh,
What do you
sure.
think of him?
There's a new character in Predecessor, the game that Saab absolutely loves, and I play as
Despises.
well. Yes, Saab has a very complicated relationship with the new predecessor. Yeah, there's a new character released, Mako. I've been playing him a little bit. He is, I think he's a lot of fun. Saab absolutely hates him because, like I said, the character, basically all of his abilities grant him movement speed. Um,
Want to get there and
so
choke him.
he's a
Just
little
want to kick him
he's
and
a
choke
little
his
like
neck.
he's a little
Ugh.
weird he's a weird raccoon monkey looking thing that rolls
Hamtaro.
around
I call him Hamtaro.
Hamtaro looking thing that rolls around a little ball, and that's his whole shtick, is that every ability that he uses he gets a little bit of movement speed. So yeah, Saab absolutely hates him because his whole thing is like he plays the character that has like a million dashes. That's his favorite character, and he can never reach him because the man rolls around on that ball at the speed of light. Yeah. So Saab is pissed off because his super OP characters that has a million dashes can never reach him and kill him.
That's funny.
Yeah, really fun
Sounds like a skill
character.
issue.
Yeah, but
Um,
like I said, I was playing him a little bit. I enjoy him. He's fun to play. Uh, so back to you, Sub. Back to
all
you.
right. That's all we got. You guys got any closing comments?
Support those indie developers who are remaking games in the pixel art forms. I have stumbled upon such a massive amount this past year, and I love it. Any developer who's taking the old school pixel art genre and taking it up to 11 with the graphics, the gameplay, and stuff, support them if you are a fan of those games because they're making a shit ton of them, and I love them. I love them a lot. That's it. That's all I have to say.
However, beat your games, okay? Please. Don't be like him and not beat him.
You don't have to beat your games unless you are getting paid and it's a full-time job. Other than that, enjoy the games as you want to, and you are totally fine.
I'm ComradeBeard, and I approve Hap's statement.
Yeah, I told Saab this recently. If I pay $5 for a game and I get 30 hours of gameplay out of it of fun, guess what? That's a win. It's a win
Hell
in
yeah,
my
brother.
book.
All right.
You don't have to be an achievement hunter like Saab. You just have to have fun. I'm Comrade Beard, and I support fun in gaming.
I approve that message.
And also, don't forget to follow, check out or follow Lesu Games TTV, LESUGAMEZ TTV. He plays Predecessor mainly. He's just entertaining. So yeah, go check him out. Thank you for listening. Like and dislike. Thank you again. Happy New Year.
Bye.